Well, hello YouTube. Welcome to the channel. Leo here. And I have an extra special little camping trip for you guys today. I've been to, I've shown quite a few of really pretty spots, to go camping and stuff here in southern West Virginia, eastern Kentucky. We've got tons and tons and tons of them, really good spots. It's West Virginia, for God's sakes, but this one here is something special. This belongs to a good friend of ours, and there's a really awesome spot right over the hill here. He's got a friend has a little farm here. You can see there's goats and cows and horses and chickens, and let's see, I saw some geese and some ducks, and there's a bull standing right over there looking at me. You see, I can see the horns. I can see the horns from here. He's looking at me right there. You see him standing there staring at me, staring me down. Anyhow, I'm going camping with the bulls today. There is, like I said, there's a awesome spot right down over the hill here. And I came over the other day. I've seen this on satellite Earth, or on Google Earth on satellite image. And it's just a magnificent, pretty does not do this spot justice. Beautiful. I'm sorry, but the pretty and beautiful just do not do this place justice. You need a much better word. So I brought some Duraflame. Looks like summer's over. First cool night since last year. I brought me some Duraflame logs, and I got my little buddy heater just in case I want to, just in case, you got to have toys, you know how it is. But anyway, you want to be comfy, right? But anyway, I'm going to head on down here, and I came over the other day, and I talked to Keith, and he said, yeah, sure, go ahead, and, go check it out, and pick you a spot, and all that good stuff, and look it over and see what you think. So I came over the other day, looked around. There's a goose right there. Came over the other day and picked me out a spot. And it rained a little bit, but as near as I can tell, Noah's online information, the river's only up 4 inches. And this spot right here is really wide. So I don't think it's going to affect the spot that I have picked too much. I chose one by the water, but we'll see. We'll see when we get down there. We may have to move back just a little bit. But here comes the goats and stuff. They're all coming out. The goats. Look at that little horse. A little mini horse up there coming out of the barn. Little white one. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Little mini, or the chicken run through his legs. Big hawk in the tree right there. Alright, I guess we get all this junk down there and get started. I've got a handful. Got a handful of stuff to put away. Guess we need to go get to it. The cow patties. Got to drive through the got my gate latched back. Don't run through the cow poop. Pretty pond, isn't it? Nice little pond. That is cool. They hang around the barn, don't they? They can get out. You can see the gates open. They can get out into this field here and roam around, but I guess it's that kind of day. We just kind of hang around the house. Look at that one, the brown one standing there looking out the door. He's pretty, isn't he? Long, flowy hair. And here's a couple more down here. This is where I'll be camping at, down here with the cows. We may get a bull or two come down and visit while we're camping. Y'all think I'm playing, don't you? I'm not playing. Bull. See? I'm not playing. I'm camping with the bulls, y'all. Heard of running with the bulls? It's kind of like that, but totally different. Totally different. All right, now let's see how I want to. I think I want to back get a good look. See what, if anything, the river did. You're not up much. I can still get through there. That's all I need. There's already one here waiting on me. Moo! And stuff. How we doing today? How's it go? Is the grass good today? Good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So it looks like we're going to have cows and bulls and horses and goats hanging around the whole time we're over here camping. Now, I've never camped with a bull before. I'll admit that. This will be the first time. That's a bull there. This will be the first time. He ain't got no horns though. Whoa. Don't fall. He's young. He's a young one, ain't he? Okay, this is going to be real interesting. I can see that already. Look at that. Bubbling right up out of the water. I don't know how well y'all can see that. Presumably methane. You know, I'm no expert, but presumably methane. And you can see there's several other little holes where it's been bubbling up right there from underneath the river. That is wild, isn't it? Just a steady stream of bubbles coming up. Okay, all right. We've got all day to play with the bubbles. So I guess it's time to get off the camera and get the UTV down here and get started and get to work before the sun gets out. It's not going to be real hot today, but it's supposed to be around 80 in the sun, so. Well, we're getting there. We're getting stuff set up. I just thought I'd show y'all how pretty the words. There ain't no words for how pretty this is there? Some really high quality West Virginia, you know, wilderness stuff right here. I went ahead, first thing I did was put me a stick right at the edge of the water. And she's supposed to go up a few more inches, but that's about it. It's just a few inches. Looks pretty good, don't it? I think we'll be all right. I don't think we'll be. I believe it's down because it looks like it was up here and then went back down. So I think she's on her way down. Of course, it's a wide spot too. You know, narrower places, I would imagine. You know, the bottleneck places tend to, you know, go up a few inches easier than wide areas. But we're all set up. Welcome to my house, guys. Pretty much got everything I'll need. Yeah, I know I went a little bit overboard. I have a habit of doing that. But, you know, why not, right? You only live once. We're all set up right now, pretty much. We've got all the basics anyhow. See, I got to get my little entertainment center and the toolbox. It's an old Can-Am. You know, it's an old side-by-side. It's got a lot of miles. I don't go anywhere without 60 pounds of tools. But that and this makes a really nice little entertainment center. You know, sit the laptop on later, watch some movies, stuff like that. I brought Heather down. Heather put some movies on the laptop for me. I'm not even really sure just yet what she did. I'm sure it'll be something about somebody getting eaten by something while camping. That seems to be a running theme. You gotta love her sense of humor though, right? And I think today is September, what, 1st or 2nd? 2nd. September 2nd, 12:03. No service, by the way. I am total incognito here. There is no, you know, the barn, the cows do not have Wi-Fi. And oh my God, I just noticed I am camped out right in front of a yellow jacket's nest. Do y'all see that? What is with the yellow jackets? Every episode that I show features a yellow jacket's nest. Have y'all caught that? I mean, I mentioned this a couple months ago in June about the yellow jackets this year, and I'm seeing stuff on Facebook, I'm seeing stuff in the news about the yellow jackets. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. They've been, do you see it? See the hole? Right there. This is, you know, here's my table. Right there's the yellow jacket nest. Matt, wow. 10 feet, if that. 8 feet, 10 feet from the corner of the table to the yellow jacket nest. Wow, look at them. There's a bunch of them in there too. Huh. You just cannot get away from these dudes, can you? The year of the yellow jacket, guys. Now, I made a Facebook post the other day. It's time to admit the truth that we all know. This is their world now. We're just living in it. There's some kind of mud dauber fooling around. Oh, he's grabbing at him. Look at that. He's sitting right at the entrance to the yellow jacket nest trying to grab a yellow jacket. It's a hornet. That is wild. He's hitting them. Oh my God, he's attacking them. Look at that. Have you ever seen anything like that? He's right at the entrance. He's over here now. He was just hitting them right in the head, knocking them down. That was crazy. I've never seen anything like that. He's a bully. He's a total bully. Look at him. He's back. He's back, just hitting them. Well, we are in the water. And the yellow jackets are going at it. Look at that. Just in the time it took to cut 2 pieces of chicken liver with a pair of scissors, they were all over the lid. The chicken liver lid. There were half a dozen of them already, just in the time it took to cut 2 pieces of liver. They had swarmed the lid. And look at that, where I cut the scissors. Look there. There's one on the scissors. They're just anything. I mean, they are some serious predators. There's some serious opportunistic feeders too. But I guess they're starving. There's just so many of them. And it's almost like they've killed all the other bugs. I mean, they're everywhere. There's 2 there. There's all these things you see flying around. All this is yellow jackets, all of it. That is insane. Kind of look like it might be getting a bump there, don't I? Getting a little nibble. It'd be nice, wouldn't it, right off the bat, catch something, catch a nice one right off the bat, and just take all the pressure off, wouldn't it? I figure as long as I don't make the bees mad, I'm okay. Look at that. That's just the little tiny bit that's on the scissors where I cut the liver. And they're all over it. Just any little thing. Any little thing. Look how pretty that is. Wind blowing on the water. There's a deer right over there, was just getting a drink of water. Saw me, went back up the hill. Pretty spot. Rivers came up a little bit. You can see my marks. Third one is at 1 o'clock. It's 1 right now. I just put this third one in. It should be about right here, give or take. Yeah. Should be right in there somewhere when I get ready to leave. We'll see. Looks like the goats are coming down for a little visit. They get out all the time. I see them out roaming, out in the grass all the time. But this is where they're supposed to be. They're home. We're in their backyard. I see what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. At least a good dozen. Big ones and little ones. They don't seem to be too worried. Of course, human probably means food to them. Guess maybe we should take that into consideration with what we leave out. Considering, you know, I know there's bulls and goats. Unusual neighbors, huh? I have some unusual camping buddies this time. I hope y'all can see them. You know, GoPros don't do real, you know, good distance, and I don't want to, you know, bug them or whatever. Yeah, they're leaving anyway. Oh God, human. That's not Daddy. That's not the one that feeds us. Check him out. The little one got the mohawk down his back. I pity the full goat. Yeah, man, exactly. Well, I moved up just a little bit out of the sun into the shade. You can see the river. Remember I just showed you that mark? Well, I thought the river would come too. Look at that. It's in the mark already. That's the latest hour mark at 2. Yeah, it's 2:07 now. We'll see. But either way, I'm a good 16, 18 inches, maybe 20 above the water line. And we're expecting about a 4 to 6 inch rise total, which it's already done some of that already. The bees, I thought, might be a little bit calmer in the shade. No, look at this. They're everywhere. Those are all yellow jackets. Everywhere you look, one little drop of anything will bring them by the bushels. They're buzzing around all over the place. Of course, it's midday right now, at 2 o'clock. You know, so I've got a few more hours of yellow jacket weather. Hopefully, we don't get nailed. I'm swatting. I'm literally hitting one every time I move my hand. The river water, you can see it flowing in right here. The river water is backfilling the low spot that I have to go through to get out of here. Will Leo get trapped? Will he get stuck? Will the yellow jackets carry him off and drown him? Will he catch a catfish after all of this crap? Stay tuned and find out. Sun's partially over. It's about 3 o'clock. And as you can see, the river is on the move. Sun's on the way down, the river's on the way up. Of course, you can see right there on that first one, it's only up inch and a half, maybe inch and a quarter, something like that. But it looks dramatic that way. It's definitely moving. That should be a little bit steeper. Look here. I had space between this and the edge of the water when I first got here. So I don't think I'll have to move or anything like that. But it's interesting to watch it rise knowing you're that close, ain't it? Yeah. Anyway, I got the right lines reeled in right now. I had probably, I'm guessing early in the day, I tried took a spinner out, didn't do much and didn't get any bites. took fly pole, also no bites. So I figure we'll get the camera out and we'll go ahead and show y'all some of this pretty stuff that we came to see. Had to put me some stepping stones in right here where you can see this was just a little wet spot, but now it's all the way down through there. But I figured I'd show you some of the pretty spot here, you know, before it gets too late, before the sun's gone and, you know, we don't have good light. There's that laundry detergent jug I spotted the other day. You know, little water bottles, you know, they don't stand out too much. That blue one does. Looks like somebody's been fishing down here. Wonder if that might be the good spot. Because you can see the bend right here in the river. Imagine what this looked like 1,000 years ago. Even 100 years ago. You know, no bottles, no trash, no fan blades. Getting pretty wet through here, isn't it? Through that low spot. I'm just on a little high spit of sand right here. You can see right through there. That's all the high ground I've got. And there's a hillside right behind me. I guess if it got real bad, I could throw everything in the UTV and floor it right through here, couldn't I? Well, it's about 4 o'clock and the shade has started to come over, at least. Sun's behind the trees. So I moved back down into the evening spot, you know, where I was wanting to fish at. And check this out. Look here. I cut 2 pieces of bait, you know, 2 little pieces of liver, right? Laid one on a rock, went to put the other one on the hook, turned around, and look here. Yellow jackets everywhere, just eating it up. Look at that. I'll be glad when sun sets and they call it a night. The tire tracks, see a little bit of this tire track, that one's gone. But you can see all kinds of little minnows playing in the shallows there. And that bubble, whatever it is, methane, whatever it is, it's still going. You can see it still bubbling. Whatever it is. Little hole in the bottom of the river. I can see a hole. And it's coming up out of that little hole. Just starting to get a few little hits. And I don't think this is turtles, because they're much more subtle. This was 2 real good hits on this one. Got one over here. So I'm hoping that this evening and overnight might be a good time for this little spot. Now, I'll just be honest, it is downright difficult to fish during the day right now because of the bees. If you open that liver bowl just to get one little piece off, there will be 30 of them inside the bowl. By the time you get the liver on the hook, there will be 30 yellow jackets inside the bowl on top of the liver crawling around. That one little piece, they were buzzing around here for 20-30 minutes. I mean, you know, it's so far, you know, they're not bothering me, you know, but it's a little bit unnerving, I'll be honest with you, knowing, you know, you're surrounded by thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and, you know, great big nest, you know, big nest right there, you know, so right there. It's a little bit unnerving, you know. They're coming up, they land on your arms and stuff, and you know all it takes is one of them get underneath your sleeve, or where there's one on my elbow. All it takes is one of them get underneath your sleeve or something like that. I had one about a week ago, got up my pant leg and got me right here on top of the leg, or top of the... Look at that wind blow through there. can just see it come down through there, just a gust. Just kind of wave through the trees, and a bunch of leaves will come flying down. Now we're settled in now. We've got the house shoes on. And took the hiking shoes off, and house shoes are on. So we're settled in. My high water marks haven't moved in the last hour. It's 5 now, and it's still right on the 4 o'clock stick. Hasn't passed it at all. You can see it's came up a little bit though since I got here. See that one out there's 1.5 to 2 inches underwater, and a little sandy road through here is gone. Just a little tiny piece of tire track on this side's all that's left. Kind of creepy, isn't it? You know you're camping on a little sandbank, and the river's coming up. But according to the NOAA scientist, it ain't coming up that far. Hopefully you won't be bugging out at some point. But at least I can keep an eye on it. What the water level's doing, up or down. And I was going to fish, but I got them in for now. I mean, those bees, man, I mean, look at that. You open it up and they're just instantly all over it and all over you. And I think I'll just give them a little bit of time. They should be going to bed here in about an hour, and we'll let them do their thing, and then I'll do mine. Getting ready here, I've got my fire maple. This is the fire maple Polaris cooking system. And got all the other stuff inside, and there's the burner. This right here screws onto that, and then this sits up on top of that. Holds about a quart, give or take. But I've got a whole bunch of beef here, really good beef tips, and some stewed tomatoes, mixed vegetables, some stew mix, a bunch of wasps, a bunch of yellow jackets. Ooh, a fly. I'm happy to see him. Yeah. Oh, they killed him. Never mind. But anyway, should be a really nice little meal. I figured I'd do this one because this is going to have to stew for a while. The stew beef. But this kind of works like a pressure cooker, not completely. You can close it like so, and all you've got is just this one little slit is all you've got. In theory, I've cooked chicken and dumplings in it before. It did really good. So we're going to see how it does beef stew. I think it should do pretty good. Have us a nice hot meal later when it starts to get chilly. When the air starts to get a little bit chilly, we'll have some hot soup. Sounds good, don't it? Got me some snacks, and haven't seen the goats, coming to raid snacks or anything. I was kind of wondering about that. I was kind of curious about that. What will the goats, come down and visit? I've been around a few goats, not bulls. That's a new one. This is West Virginia, y'all. We don't really do bulls here. A few people might have one, but I've not really spent a whole lot of time around cattle. We'll put it that way. So far, so good, huh? Looks like the bees are gone. Still got a little bit of sunshine right in my eyes if I look toward it. But yeah, there's the sunset. I can't look at it though. But got her on. She's cooking. We're working. Won't be but 2.5, 3 hours from here. Now that's more like it. That's a lot more like it. Got me a little fire going, sunset. So we're getting ready to go into night mode. That's what I was looking forward to. I like the nighttime. Thought I saw a bite. Getting a few little ones. You know, mostly just stealing bait, that kind of thing. Presumably, Daddy will come along, which we've got all night. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. But at least it don't look like we're going to get flooded. River seems to have stabilized. It's about, 3 hours? The same place? 15 minutes will be 3 hours. It hasn't moved. So I'll take that as a win. The dinner is going well. I just checked it a minute ago. Just simmering away. Just a very small flame in there. It's cool. Let me, a little bit more. A little bit more heat. But everything else is doing fine, no problems. The yellow jackets are starting to thin out a little bit. Definitely fewer of them. They're still around, but there's definitely fewer of them. One hit me right in the head just then, right when I said that. As soon as you think they're gone, one of them lands on the side of your face or something. The black one looked like it might be getting something. That one's not out that far. It's only out about 30 or 40 feet. This one's way over through there. It's way out in the channel. My beef stew seems to be doing real well. I've got the lid off. So far it's just the stew beef, stewed tomatoes, and seasoning mix. It's how thick already. Look at that. That is going to be some good stuff. Wait till it gets done. We'll let that cook down really good. And when we get done, we'll add the vegetables at the last second. Yeah, get that last little bit of seasoning. Alright, we'll just leave him alone and let him do his thing. Alright, we will see you shortly. I'm getting hungry, man, just watching this thing. Thinking about it, I'm getting hungry. There's a little lump of seasoning I see right there. And it's gone. I was going to smush it. Well, it's about to get dark, isn't it? It's about to get dark. The fish ain't doing squat. But everything else is working out really, really well. Let me get a little light on here. Check that out. She's simmering down. We're getting there. We are getting there. Hang on. We are getting there. Looks good too. All that's left is simmer it down and add vegetables at the last minute. Everything else is doing fine now. Haven't really been getting any bites. Fire's doing good. Look like this might be one of them TV watching kind of camping trips. And we'll see. I guess it's still, the night is still young, right? Not even totally dark yet. We'll see what happens. Either way, we'll get to camp out and spend the night out on the riverbank and get to make video for you guys. So either way, I figure it's a win-win either way. Well, as you can see, it's pretty dark now. That's away from the campsite. And that's the campsite. Looks really good. Yeah, the camera, GoPro doesn't do it justice. You know, at dark, I can see pretty good. But the viewfinder, all I can see is the light sources. That's about it. So, get a little light on. We can live with that. All right. Now, had my stew cooling. Well, not really. Had the lid on. I don't guess you could say that. Man, that smells good. We are ready to dig in. Assuming I can do this one-handed without knocking the entire world over. That meat is just tender. It's been in there simmering for hours. Don't knock it over. Okay, that may be just a little bit too hot to dig into just yet. A little more broth. Look at that. Look at that. That looks really good. Okay. And just leave that sitting there. Everything is shut down. I know that is way too hot to eat, but man, look at that. Tell me that doesn't look delicious. Alright, I'm going to try a little piece of broth. If I don't burn my face off. Got my coveralls on too. They're not insulated. It's like military mechanics coveralls. Long sleeves, basically. All over sleeves. That, oh my God. That is really rich and thick and, oh my God. That is really good. Oh yeah. This is going to be a good meal. That stuff is really freaking good. Do that again. Couldn't do this a few hours ago. The yellow jackets would eat you up. Well, they'd eat your food up anyway. They didn't bother me too much. Well, alright, I'm going to sit down and have me some dinner. What do y'all think? On a chilly night. Not a bad choice, huh? Beef stew. Alright, let's see you guys shortly. I'm going to pig out. Well, I'll say one thing. The air has got a definite fall feel to it. It feels like the end of summer. Figure we'll just kick back for a little while and just relax, watch the fire burn, see if we get any bites, and if not, probably call it a day here in about an hour or so. Just see what happens after dark, and go get the laptop and retire to my boudoir and watch a movie or something. But for right now, we are sitting around doing that one jerk waiting on another jerk. I got maybe 3 or 4 bites. I've probably fished so far about 4 or 5 hours. You know, I actually had them out in the water. And just a handful of bites. That's about it. No real runs. Had some, you know, some hits. But that's about it. It's very, very, very dark out now, by the way. And I believe the tent has about 8 pounds of sand in it. Pretty sure. Just got it cleaned out too from the last river trip. And took it out, it's been a year ago. Down on a little sandbar just about like this one. And you know how they are. They get full of sand, and you cannot get that stuff out. Of course, this one, I've had that tent camping in, a foot of snow before. 10, 12 inches of snow. And, did okay. Did fine. Check this out, though. Look at the bugs in the light. A bunch of them. They don't know what to think about that light, do they? Wow, they're everywhere. Well, they just ain't trying to play along. And I do believe I'm about ready to call it in. It's 10:30. I do believe I'm about ready to call it in. It's been a long day. I'm really tired, and I'm looking forward to getting in there and relaxing. Okay, let's see. I believe we're all cleaned up out here for tonight. Cleaned up enough, anyway. Alright, a little bit of fire still left. He ain't going nowhere. Right by the water, too. But I'm going to head in and watch some TV. Look at all the sand. Got a ton of it. We're all set up in here. Getting the light on. Try not to turn it on too soon. It just draws bugs in here if you do. I need this. Yes. Very annoying. That ought to work. Just enough to get in and kill the light once I'm inside. There. And outside lights off. Home sweet home. And peel the coveralls here in a minute and, get comfy. Ah, crap. I forgot my drink outside. Just as soon as I sat down. Where's my coffee? Oh, yeah, it's outside. Oh, well. Well, that's about enough of that. Got about 2/3 through it. Pretty decent movie. About these, you would think the two humans are what you think are two humans hunting this monster, and it turns out they're aliens, and the monster that they're hunting is humans. Interesting. Pretty good, though. Pretty decent. For a B movie, just something to unwind and watch a little bit. But I am ready. I'm gonna call it a night here and put everything to bed. And guys, we will see y'all in the morning. Good night. Well, it looks like I survived the night. It's a little after 8 in the morning. Well, duh. 8 at night in the morning. The bees are up. They got them a early start. They're coming back already. A couple of them are. They done been out and got their morning stuff done. Yes. That's what we want right there. coffee going. Okay, that did it. That did it. I'm good now. That's all I need. Honk. Listen to that. That is cool. Did you hear him? There was an owl and a half over here last night. I mean, he was getting it now. There's a few little fish splashing around this morning. Bugs, birds. The mist on the water is really pretty. I don't know if y'all can see that. Not real sure how well the camera's picking that up. Don't really look like it. Don't look like it's picking it up at all. There goes the honk. No cows, no. I heard some geese this morning, and I heard something chewing. I'm thinking it was a squirrel or something. Sounded like you know that squirrel that when they're eating. That's what it sounded like. Sounded really close though. The bulls, the goats, none of them came down to visit. I feel kind of left out, you know. When somebody come camping my house, at least I'm gonna do is visit at least, you know. Good morning. Lazy cows. The river has went back down considerably. You can see where my sticks are. The last one's right here. Check out that view. How pretty is this? Little bugs, I don't know if y'all can see them sparkling on the water. Sun is just now starting to come up. Now, where you been anyway? I've been up for hours. Out all night drinking with the moon or something. It's like the mist is burning off. It's like it's all running away from the sun. Like it's scared. Look at that. That is really pretty. Can y'all see that? Just a little hole in the ground. And you'll see, you know, every now and then bubbles will come up. Look at that. Come on. There we go. Fish don't seem to mind it. It doesn't seem to bother them. They swim right through it. Look at all the little ones after that food. You're welcome. Enjoy the party, guys. Enjoy the party. Tell all your friends. Come back when you're bigger. Oh well, we didn't catch any, but why not? This has still been an awesome little trip. Of course, a big old catfish would have topped it all off, but, you know, sometimes you can't have it all, can you? I see a bull there. I see big horns. Can't really tell on the other ones the way they're all standing. But that one is full-on bull, ain't he? He's a big one. He's looking at me too. Well, they know I'm here. They don't seem to mind. Well, alright, I guess I need to start ripping some stuff down, take the lights down anyway. I don't think I'll need much light today. And now that the sun's out, which I got a hoodie on now. I had my military coveralls I mentioned. Had those on. They're not real thick or anything, but, you know, sleeves basically. It did the trick. It didn't get cold last night. It got down to about 50. You know, I think the forecast was 52. So it got a little bit chilly, but nothing too dramatic. You know, just some sleeves. Made it very comfortable, very nice, especially after a long hot summer. You know, have a night, evening in the 50s and be camping at the same time. You know, when that first night comes along. So yeah, that was really good timing. Last night was really nice. It was. You know, a little fire. Well, guys, you've heard of running with the bulls, Spain. How about packing with the bulls? He was right there, that big one. That big one's right there behind that tree. I came out through here, looked up, he's standing right there looking at me. He's a big one now. They seem to be, you know, they seem to be pretty cool. You know, we just want some grass. So they're very pretty. They're very, yeah, you. I'm talking about you. That grass good? You make it look good. I mean, I know it's grass, but you make it look pretty good. Just stand there looking at you chewing. Got my little trash bag right here. I'm keeping it away from camp because of the yellow jackets. You know, any speck of moisture that smells, you know, interesting, they are all over. I've got most of the inside stuff. I got the bed gone and working on gathering the rest of it up, getting little oddball things straightened out as I go, and you know, all that good stuff. Been a great little trip so far. Been fun. All right, back to work. Sun's up. It's getting warm. It's getting warm. Not supposed to be real hot today, about 80. But, you know, right out in the sun on the beach, on the bank, you know, it's a little bit getting warm already. I'm down to just a t-shirt now, and it's just kind of getting a little bit warm already. So I guess I better get my tent down. And look at all the sand. Look at that. I just cleaned this thing out from the last time I took it out sand camping. Just got it cleaned out. Took me all winter. I used it 2 or 3 times in the winter and never did get the sand out, and finally got it out in my front yard and shook it out in the grass and got all the sand out, and here we are again. Oh well. All right, let's get back to work. See you guys in a minute. Well, I got everything cleaned up, packed up, and loaded up, and it's about 11:15, something like that. The only thing left is a few rocks and the leftover. Check out the bees though. Look at that. 11 a.m. and they are out in full force. Check this out. Any one of these little dudes mess up your morning. Check these two out fighting over some bug. They've got some little grub. No, it's a little spider. They've got a little sand spider. Look at that, carried him off. They're still fighting. They're in the water fighting over it. Wow. They both flew away and the poor spider wound up in the river. That's not fair. Something's gonna eat him now. He got stung and then they threw him in the river. That is not right, man. That is cold-blooded. They just stung him a bunch of times and threw him in the river. Look at that. There's another one floating on the water. Look at all of them where I put that little bit of soup that was left over from last night. Look at that. They seem to like the carrots. The fish don't care for the carrots. The bees seem to like them though. That's what I was saying, you know, you put it, you know, anything you put out, anything, man, they are just, it's unusual. It's very unusual. I mean, look how many of them. Any one of them, you know, give you a nasty little sting. Wow. How's our nest? Oh yeah, he's very active. Look at all of them. I don't know if y'all can see that. How well. Back away. I got some great pics earlier when I was loading up. I was packing. The bull came right up through here. The two males stood right there. And one of them gets right here and looks right at me. Looks me right in the face. And I got some really good pictures. I didn't have the GoPro handy, but I had my cell phone in my hand. So I made sure to get some really good pictures of that. But the methane, I've been kind of watching it. It's still bubbling up. The same spot is still, it's non-stop ever since I've been here. And every now and then I've heard like some big burps, I guess, where it just bloop and just bunches of bubbles come up out of there. Presumably, it has to do with, in theory, I'm no expert, but has to do with old vegetation, biological matter underneath there, and it sort of breaks down and the gases separate and bubbles up, kind of like carbonation in soda pop, the way the bubbles will form, because there's no air under there, and it's not air coming up. It's methane. You get a bigger one, I doubt that one. That one's pretty small. I've seen like bigger ones on YouTube where you can light them on fire, and like in the winter the water will freeze and the bubbles will have methane, and you can light the bubbles, little fire, melt the ice, and the methane comes out. They say it's supposed to be dangerous, so I don't think I'd try it. My luck, I'd blow up some subterranean pocket of methane and clear out leave a crater a mile wide. That's how my luck goes. But this has been a great little trip, and I'd be lying if I said a catfish or two would have made it better, would have been some icing on the cake, but I'll just be honest, the cake was pretty good without it. It's been a good little trip. I hope y'all enjoyed this too. Very, very relaxing, very peaceful place. You can see my high water mark sticks where I was marking the river yesterday. They're still there, and you can see the rivers went back down quite a bit since last night. Almost back down where it was at when I got here. Weird, isn't it? A little bit of rain, and you can it'll surge down the river like a pulse. Wild, isn't it? The little fish having them a good old time. They're having a great day, and so are the bees. So yeah, I guess I'm happy for everybody except for the bees. I will be glad when the first frost gets here. I've run into my share of bees and snakes and all that other good stuff for this year. I've had my fill this year. Well, I guess we're gonna head on out. Like I said, I got everything loaded, and I got my trash right on top, just in case anybody's curious. Got my trash right there on top. See all kinds of little fish out there jumping. Presumably little small bass grabbing bugs and stuff. But I figure as we was going out, we would head up by near the barn. Not, I don't want to get too close, scary machine. But just kind of get a little bit of just a little look, a little closer look than we did yesterday coming in. And, kind of see what we see. And where's the key? There's the key. Kind of surprised I didn't get bee stung, actually. Camping right in front of a yellow jacket's nest. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get stung, actually. All right, everything gonna stay where I put it? Yeah, I got a bunch of junk up here. Oh, look at them. Those are pretty, ain't they? That is pretty. Apparently the cows don't eat that. There's a little road, not over here. Let me turn and go up it right. I backed up it last time, but I want to see the view this time. That ought to work. There's my little paradise. Check that out. How pretty is that? Wow. You hate to leave something like that, but you gotta go eventually, don't you? Thank you, Keith, by the way. Very much appreciate you letting me camp out, crash out with your animals. Where's everybody? Yeah, when I was packing, you were all over the place. Ah, I bet it's where the sun's coming out. They were out eating breakfast. They're probably back up here by the barn. I don't see anything out in the little oh, there we go. Looky here. Goats and geese. What up, goats? Good morning. How we doing? I heard y'all hollering yesterday. Y'all crazy. There's the barn. More goats. Big old tree. Looks like Case's burning. This is really pretty. I mean, you know, you see a lot of farms and stuff, but here in West Virginia, they're kind of odd because they have to follow the contours of the land, more or less. Look at that. They're just all hanging out in the shade in there. Can't blame them, though, can you? All right, back through the goats. I know there's chickens and stuff here too. I heard them. There's a Mustang. That's what it says on the front of it. The excavator. Hey, goat. It turned around. What? There they go. Over into the shade, into the brush. Look at the horns on that one. Something's after him. Like a bee got him or something. Big goose. Yeah, something got him. That one with the big horns far right, the white one. Like maybe a yellow jacket nailed him. I don't know if they get stung or not. I would imagine they do from time to time. Watch him go. Something's up, ain't it? He's not happy about something. Look at the babies. There goes little ones. And there's their little pond. That's pretty, isn't it? Nice little place. Here's my exit. Well, there is my exit. So anyway, thank you guys for coming along. I hope y'all enjoyed our little trip. You know, we didn't catch any fish, but we did have a great little camping trip, and I've never camped with bulls before, so this is a first for me. And you know, right in there inside the, inside the fence with the bulls. So why not, right? I'm sure there probably, I would imagine it's different species of bulls that are more aggressive than others. These here, they seem to be, milk cows with horns. They're very social, around the other bull. There was another bull. My understanding, more aggressive bulls don't like other bulls around. But, hey, you can't take my word for nothing on bulls. I don't know nothing about bulls. I don't know bull. That big old goose. He ain't no hurry, is he? He's wandering around looking for a June bug. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Alright, guys. I guess I'm going to get out of here and get through the gate and get on back to the house. And I hope y'all, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed our little trip. And until next time, Leo out. See you guys later.